This week on The Splash, a local resident hosts her own version of the cooking show, MasterChef, here in West Bloomfield. Then we hear from business owners and drivers who've been affected by the construction on Orchard Lake and Maple Road. And later, a local healthcare center celebrates over 20 years of service to the community. The Splash is a production of Civic Center TV. We're a news magazine that covers everything, from local news to feature stories. Also, we can bring you the latest from the greater West Bloomfield area. And now, let's dive into The Splash. Hello and welcome to another episode of The Splash. I'm your host, Jonathan Jackson, and as always, it's good to have you with us. Fundraising can be a challenging, albeit rewarding activity. And for this West Bloomfield resident, well, she's doing her best to make it a fun one as well. And it's all because of one very special person in her life. The Splash's Larry Nyland has the story.
A cooking competition recently made its way to the area at the Friendship Circle's Farber Center on Drake Road. It was the brainchild of West Bloomfield freelance writer Jen Lovey, who has been a part of the Friendship Circle for years.
When my son Evan, who's almost 11 now, was first diagnosed with autism, it was one of the first places somebody said, oh, you need to call this organization. And at the time, having this new diagnosis was so overwhelming, and there was so many things to think about that it probably took me about a year to finally call, but when we did, it really changed our lives.
Jen has participated in numerous Friendship Circle fundraising campaigns and explains why she chose to put on MasterChef.
It's always hard to go back to the same people year after year and keep asking for donations, but yet we want to keep up our level of donations. So I got the idea to do this MasterChef type competition as a way to raise money, or to continue to raise money at the level that we're used to raising, and sort of give family and friends a little bit of a break.
For 22 years now, the Friendship Circle has provided support to individuals with special needs.
Evan gets a lot out of going to programs and services. He plays baseball on a Miracle League team. He's gone to winter camps at Friendship Circle. He does Sunday programs.
But just as importantly, it also provides great comfort for their family members.
There's times where I feel like I'm the only one benefiting from the Friendship Circle, because there's moms groups, and it's really nice to connect with other moms who are also raising kids with special needs, and sort of we understand the challenges that go along with parenting these special kids.
Reporting for The Splash, this is Larry Nyland.
Thank you, Larry. And thanks also to Jen, along with the Friendship Circle, for their continued support towards those with special needs. And if you'd like to support their organization or just learn more about them, well, you can visit www.friendshipcircle.org/soul/. The intersection at Orchard Lake and Maple Road is still undergoing major construction, which has undoubtedly affected both residents and local businesses within that area. Here to comment more on these matters is Splash reporter Carolyn Bond, who interviewed with the public.
The construction here at Maple and Orchard Lake Road may have been needed, but it certainly has been frustrating for those in this area. We spoke with drivers and business owners who are working through the struggle.
It's been affecting our business a lot, to be honest with you. We're probably down about 30%, I would say. Honestly, we still have loyal customers that still come here every morning. They make the drive, even though it is like an extra 15-20 minutes because of how bad the construction is. It's all right. It should be done around mid-November, though, they said.
This construction really is affecting everybody. This neighborhood, it is the center at this time, the center for the area, and there is a lot of establishment, a lot of restaurants, coffee houses, businesses, you name it, it's here.
Well, I believe there's a lot of people out there who just don't want to deal with the traffic or the confusion with the roundabouts and not knowing which avenue to take, things of that nature. So I believe because of that, traffic is definitely down in the area. Speaking to a few of the other residents in this plaza alone, they've all kind of said that same story, that traffic has been down, it's been slow due to the construction and things of that nature. But hopefully the end justifies the means and it's worthwhile in the end. It might be a necessary evil. Hopefully it's temporary and hopefully they finish it sooner than later. But there's definitely, with any construction project, it's a pain.
There's still a lot to be done, but eventually these roads will be much easier to travel. For Civic Center TV, I'm Carolyn Bond.
Thank you, Carolyn. We, of course, want to remind residents that this construction is expected to end by November and that the businesses within that area are still open to the public. And to find out more on the construction project itself, you can visit wbtownship.org. Coming up, though, a West Bloomfield Healthcare Center celebrates their 20th anniversary by inviting the entire community to come and join them. And then George Moore has another new episode of Sidewalk Talk for us. And later, I'll be sitting down with Coach Ronald Bellamy from West Bloomfield High School. Stay tuned.
Don't go away. You're watching The Splash on Civic Center TV.
Civic Center TV celebrates our region's natural beauty, proud history, tremendous accomplishments, and more with Another Angle, a series featuring a unique bird's-eye view of our area's landscape. Watch Another Angle on Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
Civic Center TV has gone social. Now it's easier than ever to watch, save, like, and share our videos online. See what's happening in your neighborhood, on the streets, and on the web at civiccentertv.com. Be a part of the conversation and get involved. We would love to hear from you. For links to our social media pages, visit us at our website or find us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
The best way to know when shows debut on Civic Center TV is to become a member. It's absolutely free. We'll send you a regular newsletter with all the latest updates. Just go to civiccentertv.com and click the Members tab. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
And now, back to The Splash on Civic Center TV.
Welcome back to The Splash. I'm your host, Jonathan Jackson. For 20 years now, the Marvin and Betty Danto Healthcare Center has provided medical aid and shelter to our township's elderly. And now that they're celebrating their accomplishment with a community-wide gathering event, The Splash's Ben Goldman has more.
The Margot and Betty Danto Healthcare Center recently celebrated its 20-year anniversary, and there were many visitors in attendance, including the director of the Jewish Senior Life Foundation.
I am here to congratulate this wonderful facility for 20 years of caring for older adults. They have created a wonderful outdoor party to celebrate, and all the residents came out, and we are very proud of the wonderful service.
The purpose of the Margot and Betty Danto Healthcare Center is to provide patients with smooth post-hospital care and rehabilitation.
For me, the impact of 20 years of Heartland Marvin Betty Dantos being able to be in a position to truly care for patients that come in from the hospital and need post-acute care services, and then to get them back home safely, it screams volumes about what we've done to help the community get stronger and stay in their homes longer. And recently, which it's just beneficial for us, we started doing outpatient therapy. So to be able to not only serve them to get them home stronger, but now we're able to have them come back in to get strengthening and then go right back home. That's the goal, to keep them at home.
After 20 years of service, the care and impact of the center is still felt by both the patients and the community. And that is what makes it such an important part of West Bloomfield. For The Splash, this is Ben Goldman.
Thank you, Ben. And to see more from this year's celebration, you can visit civiccentertv.com/Heartland Healthcare Center. We now move on to another of our Splash segments, Sidewalk Talk, where reporter George Moore is talking with people in the greater West Bloomfield community.
Hi, George Moore for Civic Center TV and The Splash, the great American pastime, football. And we join things now with the great West Bloomfield area pastime, Sidewalk Talk. So this should be interesting to get some answers to our questions. Join us. What is the strangest dream you've ever had?
Probably falling out of the sky. Falling and falling and falling, but I think I woke up before I hit the ground.
Raining frogs. Raining frogs, yep. Still remember it. As a little boy, scared the crap out of me.
Raining frogs.
Yep.
Anybody get hurt?
Nope, no one got hurt.
It was my dog. I had a dream about my dog and my family, and he was getting attacked by a rabbit. No, what was it called? A duck. And he would go by behind a building and fight each other, and then the duck died at the end.
But everyone, I think, maybe has that dream where they're falling and you never stop falling and you never quite hit the ground, and then the moment you're about to hit, you wake up
yeah.
And you go back to sleep and you start falling again. That's probably the craziest one I've had.
The strangest dream that I ever had is I won the Mega Million.
It ain't strange, that's real.
This is how I won it. I didn't win it.
You didn't win it?
No. I woke up thinking that I won the Mega Million.
The strangest dream I think I ever had was of a gentleman I dated, and for some reason, he was deceased in a coffin. That was strange, but to me, obviously, there's got to be some truth because the relationship did die.
When I was in the 4th grade, I think, I had a dream that this clown killed all my family and that they were running for me in the alley with the gun. It was the weirdest dream I've ever had. I don't know why I had the dream, but it came out of nowhere. And next day I woke up, I never forgot it. Ever since the 4th grade, I forgot every other dream but that dream. And it's haunted me for like...
How do you feel about clowns?
I do not like clowns.
Here at West Bloomfield High School, we got some great answers to some good questions. So Laker Nation, thank you for your participation. Till next time, I'm George Moore for Civic Center TV and The Splash. Sidewalk Talk.
Thanks, George. A lot of odd answers this week, but that's usually what you get when you look inside somebody's subconscious. However, for all of you watching at home, if you'd like to see more fun episodes of Sidewalk Talk, then you can check out civiccentertv.com/Sidewalk Talk. But it's time now for a Civic Center event update. And to stay up to date on all the following current events, you can visit civiccentertv.com/events. So without further ado, let's get started. Instructors from the West Bloomfield Police Department will be teaching women the fundamentals of pistol shooting and safety. This class will take place at the West Bloomfield Police Department on October 1st from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Topics include controlling violent confrontations, how to handle firearms, and also gun law. All firearms and ammunition are provided at no additional cost, and this class also meets the requirements to obtain your concealed pistol license in Michigan, and lunch is provided. Remember, you must be 18 years or older to participate, and fees are $165 for residents and $175 for non-residents. Sign up now, though, for an early discount. Participants from 5th to 8th grade will study infant and child safety as well as first aid with an official American Heart Association trained instructor. Plus, they will learn how to handle emergencies to become CPR trained. The class is being held at West Bloomfield High School on October 1st from 10 a.m. to noon, and the fee is only $40 per person. Bring the family down and celebrate fall at Marshbank Park on October 1st from noon to 4. There will be live music from Miss Paula and the Candy Bandits, all while you and your family enjoy games and crafts, bouncers and hay rides, and the petting farm. However, no dogs are allowed into the park during the event, so keep those at home, folks. And now available, you can check out the West Bloomfield School District Fall 2016 Guide to Fun, Educational, and Interesting Events. If you haven't received a copy in the mail yet, check out their website at wbsd.org. On October 5th from 5 to 9 p.m., the Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital will feature hot topics in women's health, along with yoga and meditation from the Vita Wellness Center. In order to reserve your spot, call 248-325-3890 or email dk@hfhs.org. Also, the RSVP must be received by September 30th, and space is limited, so register today. Do you have a novel, memoir, or love for writing that you would like to preserve in a book? Well, then you can self-publish a paperback book on CreateSpace.com, and it's absolutely free. Reap the joy, satisfaction, and perhaps profit of having your own book in print. To participate, you must be 18 years or older, and the fee is only $49 for residents and $54 for non-residents. The class will be held at the Recreation Activity Center on October 5th from 1:30 to 3:30. When you're hanging with the nutty scientists, you always discover some exciting results, thanks to their fun and interesting chemistry lessons. It all takes place at the Family Aquatic Center on October 6th from 6 p.m. to 7 for ages 5 through 10. The fee is only $25 per resident and $30 per non-resident. Go to the West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation website to register or call 248-451-1900. Why not get a jump on your holiday shopping with dozens of high-end local artists and artisans, all while enjoying the beautiful campus of St. Mary's on October 8th through the 9th. Admission is $3 per person, or for 2 people it's only $5, and it goes from 11 to 7 p.m. on Saturday, October 8th, while on Sunday it goes from October 9th, it's from 12 to 5. Visit Pine Lake Cemetery on October 8th and learn about prominent local residents buried there, from pioneer John Green to Detroit Tiger Norm Cash. It's only $5 to take the tour, and you'll meet out at the northeast corner of the Lone Pine and Middlebelt Roads at 10 a.m. Go to gwbhs.org for more information. Well, that's all for now, but if you're looking to find even more events going on in your neighborhood, then be sure to follow us at civiccentertv.com/events and look up our events calendar. And as always, you can watch us right here for more information on everything going on in the greater West Bloomfield area. As we head into the break, stay tuned because afterwards I'll be sitting down with football coach Ronald Bellamy of the West Bloomfield Lakers.
Don't go away. You're watching The Splash on Civic Center TV.
I'm Kelly Waterfall for Civic Center TV. All around West Bloomfield, people are saying there's great, if not totally compelling programming on Civic Center TV. What's the best way to know when our newest shows debut? Become a member. It's absolutely free. We'll send you a regular newsletter with all the latest updates. Just go to civiccentertv.com and click the Members tab. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
Be sure to catch live coverage of Laker sports, up-to-date information on local events, and of course, non-stop music on 89.3 WBLD, the all-new Lakes FM.
For years, Civic Center TV has been bringing you live coverage of local municipal meetings. The meetings are now available on demand at civiccentertv.com/meetings or watch the meetings again the following day on Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
And now, back to The Splash on Civic Center TV.
Hello everyone and welcome back to The Splash. I am your host, Jonathan Jackson, and my guest on the show this week is Coach Ron Bellamy from the West Bloomfield Lakers. Coach, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Not a problem. So Coach, tell me a little bit about yourself. Are you here from West Bloomfield or in the Michigan area?
No, I'm actually from New Orleans, Louisiana. When I was in high school, my parents and I, I was recruited as a student athlete, played football. Oh, okay. And my parents and I decided that the University of Michigan was the best fit from an academic and athletic standpoint. So it was a no-brainer for me to pack up my bags, leave the South, the warm weather, and head up to the Midwest. And for myself, I was blessed and had an opportunity to play professional football for a few years. And
yeah, with the Lions.
Yeah. I started off in Miami, then I went to Baltimore, and I ended up in Detroit. My wife's from Bloomfield Hills, so it was our connections are here. A lot of our friends are here. So moving back to Michigan, it wasn't a tough decision to make. Plus, she's the boss, so I kind of had to follow suit.
Keep the wife happy. Oh, yeah. Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah,
right?
That's what they say, yeah.
But, too, I mean, when you moved up here and you started with West Bloomfield High School, you were an assistant coach for the football team, then eventually became head coach in 2010. You've been doing that now for 6 years. What would you say has changed the most since you started till now?
I think the culture of our school has changed. We have a great administration team, Mr. Watson, Mr. Pierce, our athletic director, Mr. Pace, and Dr. Hoffert. They're great, and the school spirit is all-time high. I think, we were able to retain a lot of our kids in our school district. You look at a lot of our kids, they were going to the private schools, and those schools were winning state championships at the time. I know when I first started. I think another factor was myself not being in the building. I was working on pursuing my master's in education at Wayne State University, so I wasn't in the building, so I couldn't build those relationships I think it takes to take a team to the next level. But now I'm in the building. We have a great support staff. We've, since that time, we started a youth football organization, the West Bloomfield Lions. So those kids feed right into the high school, the middle schools and the high school. So it's just great for our West Bloomfield community. I'm grateful and I'm happy, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Yeah, I mean, you have a big responsibility, of course, as the coach, not only teaching these players physically, but you also want to keep them, mentally active as well. And is that an important part to academics as well?
Oh, without question. I tell the kids, everyone's goal is to make the NFL, and the acronym for most people, the NFL stands for National Football League, but for former players, it's not for long.
That's right.
And you have to have something to fall back on. And that's the biggest thing is with our kids is you're a student athlete. Student comes before the word athlete. And, without grades, one, you can't play college ball. And two, when that college career is over with, what is your next move? What is your next step? You have to have a plan. You have to have a foundation to fall back on. That's right. And it's a decision that the kids have to make. We're trying to teach them to be young men, young women. And, honestly, they're our future. Yeah. These are the next, doctors, lawyers, politicians, husbands, fathers. So we have to kind of set the tone for them and do things the right way and give them a lot of motivation.
And what a better start than here at West Bloomfield High School,
Absolutely.
you know, right?
Absolutely.
And, I mean, as the coach, too, you guys have had a pretty successful season so far. You're 3-2. One game, you had a couple of hard time with Harrison. It was a bit of a blowout. But, you know, this last game, the homecoming game, was a really good one. So tell me, what are you most looking forward to in the rest of the season? What do you guys really want to work or focus on?
You know, we take it one game at a time. Our goal is to just continue to get better. We lost 29 seniors last year. 11 of those 29 seniors are playing college football as we speak. So we lost a ton of talent, a ton of knowledge, experience. But, you know, we have a younger group. We do have some great senior leadership. We take it one game at a time. That's all we can control is our preparation for that particular week. And just try to, you know, focus on the task at hand and get better every day.
Yeah, and you've had a successful career as the coach, too. I mean, in those 6 years you've been here, you've even been awarded, what was it, the coach of the...
two-time regional coach of the year.
That's right, coach of the year. I mean, so yeah, already you're doing great work over there, and we appreciate that, yeah. But also, too, can you talk to us a little bit about the games themselves? Like, I know they're recorded through WBLD 89.3, the Lakes, all new Lakes FM, and that's a great radio station. Have you ever been part of that or gotten an interview with that?
Absolutely. The guys come pregame. You know, they talk to me pregame. We talk about our, you know, pregame things, preparation for the week, injuries, what to look forward to, different things like that. And usually, you know, some of the boys, some of our players participate in it. And at the end of our games, to culminate the game, they come and do a post-game interview.
Perfect. Yeah.
It's a pretty cool thing for our kids. And I think, one, it kind of gets the community more involved with what we're doing. And two, honestly, it prepares our kids. I think it's important to put them in positions to you know, public speaking. You know, I think that's one of the things that, you know, kids don't get a lot of preparation for in high school. But, you know, 89.3 and different things like that, you know, that allow the kids to kind of work on some of the skills that they're going to have to develop in college.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, better way through the radio, through the football. There are many programs over at the high school that they can get involved in.
Absolutely.
And that's all that matters.
Yes.
So. Well, Coach, I want to thank you for joining me today. I appreciate this interview, and I hope you had a good time as well. And we hope to see more from you and the guys later this season. I know there's plenty more games left.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, and go Lakers.
Not a problem. Once again, everybody, Coach Ronald Bellamy over with the West Bloomfield Lakers. Remember, you can catch the games every Friday night on WBLD 89.3, the all-new Lakes FM, and, of course, support our Lakers. Go Lakers. All right. Well, everyone, we now move on to our next segment on the show, Minute with Nature, where park naturalist Lauren Azuri is exploring all the wildlife here within West Bloomfield.
Hello and welcome to Minute with Nature. I'm your host, Lauren Azuri, the park naturalist for West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation. And we're here today outside the Recreation Activity Center enjoying all the green color behind us. Now, why do the trees change color in the fall? Well, they actually don't change color. They're hiding the color underneath. So the chlorophyll is what produces the green color. Chlorophyll is the food factory for the tree. In the wintertime, when it's too cold, in order for the tree to save resources, those tiny cells that bring water up from the roots to the trunk to the top of the tree all end up closing up. And without the water, the chlorophyll can't be produced. Therefore, we don't see the green color anymore. It starts to disappear. And then we see the color that's been hiding underneath all spring and summer, those oranges and those yellow colors. So it's not that leaves actually change colors. They actually just are hiding those colors, waiting to show us in the fall. The red colors that you see are produced from sugar that's brought up from the roots as well. So if the tree has more residual sugar because of warmer temperatures and better sun exposure, it's going to be a redder color that we get to enjoy. So as you can see, leaves don't actually change color. The green chlorophyll just hides the color, and in the fall we get to enjoy all of the beautiful reds, oranges, and yellows that are exposed as the chlorophyll gets to disappear. So we hope you get outside and enjoy all of the reds, yellows, and oranges that we have here in Michigan during the fall season. And that's your Minute with Nature.
Thanks, Lauren. And if you'd like to see even more episodes of Minute with Nature, then you can visit civiccentertv.com/MWN. Now let's turn to our other segment here on the show, our Person of the Week, where we acknowledge an individual within the community who is either helping or inspiring others. And this week's recipient is businessman and philanthropist Bill Berman. Bill Berman is an entrepreneur, humanitarian, and designer who was born and raised in Detroit, Michigan. But it's his dedication to the development, well-being, and history of the Jewish people that's made him such a well-known figure throughout the community. Prior to becoming a philanthropist, Bill helped to build America through his involvement in the housing industry, as he was a partner at Burt L. Smokler and Company and president of the Dreyfus Development Corporation. Bill has also served as a communal leader on the boards of organizations such as the Jewish Federation of Metropolitan Detroit, the Council of Jewish Federations, United Israel Appeal, and the Jerusalem Center for Public Affairs. His most influential work in West Bloomfield would be the Berman Center for the Performing Arts, located within the Jewish Community Center, which is a state-of-the-art theater that promotes cultural arts throughout the greater West Bloomfield area. In more ways than one, Bill has helped to shape the landscape of Jewish social research and is one of the leading causes behind bringing Jewish culture to light within the United States, making him our Person of the Week. If you or some of you know is providing a service to their community, then let us know by sending an email to The Splash at civiccentertv.com. We want to congratulate those who are making a difference in our area, and we appreciate all of your suggestions. Well, that brings us to the end of our show today, but before we go, we'd like to remind everyone that the deadline to register for this year's presidential election is Tuesday, October 11th. Remember, you can register by mail at the Secretary of State office or by going to your county, city, or township clerk's office. Also, first-time voters who register by mail must vote in person in their first election, so be sure to keep that in mind. And thank you for joining us here at The Splash, but remember, you can catch new episodes of the show every Monday at 6:30 and throughout the week for replays. And you can also look up previous episodes online at civiccentertv.com or follow us on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook under Civic Center TV for more information. For all our friends in Sylvan Lake, Orchard Lake, Kego Harbor, and of course, West Bloomfield, I'm Jonathan Jackson, and we want to thank you for watching.